Hi there, boys and girls. How are you? Welcome to another episode of Can You Picture This? I really enjoy doing this program with you. I'm Miss Carol, and if this is the first time that you've ever joined us, I need your help. I'm going to show you some clues, and in this program, with your help, we're going to figure out, for today it's going to be, what are we doing, or what are we maybe looking for? Are you ready to help me? It's a beautiful sunny day. It's going to be a beautiful sunny week. It's getting warmer. This might be the week that all the snow disappears. We'll see. Are you ready to begin? Here is our first clue. What do you see? What do you see? And if I get even closer, up there, what is that? Do you know what that is? That is a tree, right? That is a big tree. Look, you can see that. And the branches. There's a lot that we could think of with tree. Oh. So what do we know about trees? Well, they grow. They can grow really tall. They have leaves on them. And in this picture, we can see how the leaves turn colors, but sometimes they're green. They grow outdoors. I know some families might have a small type of plant that looks like a tree inside, but these are mainly the big trees that are outside. They do come in different sizes because they start out small and then they grow big. So trees. Well, I know I like to sit under a lovely tree, especially in the summer when it's really warm out. They give you nice shade. That makes it more comfortable. When I go camping, we have a hammock that we hang, which is like a piece of cloth on a rope, and you can lay in a hammock. Ooh, and read a good book. That is really cool. A tree. Have you ever climbed a tree? Now, be super careful. I have climbed trees when I was younger. I don't really do it now, but that can be pretty cool. And you can get to see things because you're higher up off the ground, but only with permission, and make sure someone sees you and can help. Okay. So trees. I'm not sure. How about this? What does that look like? Does that look like a snack? Are we making a snack? I don't know. I see goldfish crackers, and I think I see raisins and cranberries, and I definitely see sunflower seeds or other little seeds, and these are tongs, which help to grab it or pinch it, and this looks like it's a tray. Are we having a snack out under a tree? Are we having a picnic and we need to make a snack? Are we learning how to, let's see, find seeds and nuts that grow on a tree? Wow, there's so much that we could come up with here. Well, so these sunflower seeds, they are shelled, which means they have a covering. and you peel that covering off. It's usually white and black. Sometimes it might look a little striped. You peel that off, and this is the seed that's inside. So, you would use sunflower seeds to grow sunflowers. I don't know. I don't see a seed that we would use to grow a tree. Maybe if we were looking for a nut tree, we could find nuts on a tree. I'm really stumped now. So tree and a snack, a tree and seeds. Are we going to start a garden, or are we going to grow apple trees or pear trees, maybe at a farm? Have you ever gone apple picking? I mean, that could be it. Are we going to build a tree fort and bring a snack up in the tree? Oh boy, I am really stumped on this one. So, tree and what looks like a snack. Let's see. I have another clue to show you. Look here. Oh boy, what is that? Oops. How many items are here? Can you count them with me? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 things, and are they the same size or different? Not only are they different sizes, what else is different about them? Right, they're even different colors. I don't think that they're stones or rocks, although this one does kind of look that way. I don't think they're balls, because they certainly wouldn't bounce properly because of this shape. If you were to bounce it on the floor, it would probably boing and go in a different direction because it's not completely round. This one is more round, but I still don't know. I don't know if it looks totally smooth. It almost looks like it's not really smooth, although these look smooth. Well, I have another part to that clue. I am going to play something for you, and this has to do with what it is that we're looking for. Do you recognize this? What is that? What is that? Do you recognize that sound? So, could these be, what if these items were here? What if we found them in all of this, is that hay or twigs or branches? Do you know what this is? What is this? That's a nest. See the tree? And there's a bird's nest in the tree. This is all starting to come together. So here's our tree. And we have eggs inside of a bird's nest. So these are eggs, right? Just different kinds, which means they must be different birds. This almost looks like a regular chicken egg. You might have that for breakfast or cook with it. What about this one? Looks a little bit smaller. Maybe this is an even bigger bird, like an ostrich, and this is a regular egg. But then what is that? So we have eggs in a nest, a tree, whoops, I'm dropping things, a tree, and maybe this is not a snack for you and me, but it's a snack for a bird. Could it be a bird? Or many birds? So let's say we're taking a walk and we're walking and we're walking along some trees, right? Doesn't have to be a lot of trees, could be just one tree. Could be a small tree or it could be a big tree. And we hear this. And maybe we look up. What if we see this? This is another nest, but instead of eggs, what happened? The birdies hatched. And so here's the mommy feeding the baby birds who live in a tree. I think we figured this out. We are looking for birds, or as we're walking, we just stumbled upon some birds. Sometimes people look for birds on purpose. And you know what that's called? It's called bird watching. I sit in my house and I look out the window and I have one of these hanging. This isn't mine, but it looks just like it. That is a birdhouse. And I fill the birdhouse with bird seed. It might look like this, bird seed. And then the birds can come and they can perch, which means they land using their feet, and they have nails or claws that will, keep them steady, and they can eat. And so a bird watcher will sometimes have binoculars that you would look through. You want to pretend to use your binoculars? Because sometimes birds are way up in a tree or they're flying, and you want to be able to look and see what kind of a bird they are, or what color they are. So there's a lot of people that bird watch. That's kind of popular. I love to watch all the different kinds of birds that come to my birdhouse. So your birdhouse, if you want it, certainly doesn't have to look like this. This is a nice way to feed birds and to give them some shelter. But you want to know what? We have another way that we can feed birds. Allow me to show you. Look at that. Can you see that? These are cans, like a soup can or a can of corn, and it looks like they've been painted just to make them look nicer. You don't have to, of course, but it looks like they've been painted. And then inside, that's where the bird seed goes. And this is just a stick or a twig, and you would just kind of glue it down and then hang it from a tree. You can make that yourself. Or if you just want to feed the birds and you're not so much worried about a house, because they do have nests and they are able to go into trees. Now that it's getting warmer, it shouldn't be a problem. This looks like it's almost a cereal necklace. See how it's tied on some twine or string? You could string some cereal and then go hang that in a tree, and you'd be helping to feed the birds. And I bet you some squirrels would go and eat some too, which is okay. So you can do some of these on your own. I have one that I love to do. I'm going to show you. Take a look at this. This is a pine cone bird feeder. See that? That's a pine cone, and you put something on that pine cone that allows all of these seeds to stick. See that? So you're going to put something on this pine cone, and then it's going to be put into the birdseed to stick. Would you like to know what we can use? Can you see that close up? You know what that is? That is peanut butter. Yes, if you took some peanut butter and you put that on your pine cone, and then you took your pine cone and you rolled it into your birdseed, you could hang it up. Tie your string on first, okay? Because that could get a little difficult once you've got all the peanut butter on there. And I was gonna bring in one and do it with you, but I didn't know if anybody was allergic to peanut butter, so I wanted to be careful. So you could do it at your home as long as you're not allergic, you won't have to worry. So tie on a string, put some peanut butter on it, and then you would put it in your seeds. Or, look over there, you don't have bird seeds? That's okay, roll it in some cereal. And there's some of the nuts and the craisins or the raisins, just like we showed you here. And then you're gonna hang it from a tree. How awesome is that? That is really cool. So in order to find a pine cone, you need to go find a pine tree. Do you know what a pine tree is? They are the green trees that always stay green. They have needles on them. Sometimes they're pointy, sometimes they're soft, but usually you'll see the pine cones on the ground underneath, or you'll see them right in the tree. It's probably better to pick one that's fallen already, because the ones that are in the tree you can leave until it does fall. And they might be sticky. They have pine sap on them, but then you would just wash your hands. So what a wonderful idea. I like that. So this is what we've figured out, and with your help. We are bird watching, or just looking for birds. I hear birds every single day, over and over. I just looked out the window and there's a bird flying by now. We probably don't even realize how many birds there are. So, most are in trees, not all, and we're going to learn a little bit about that too. They eat nuts and seeds and sometimes berries. They make nests, or they can live in a house that you create. And we heard them. They all have it's called a song, or a specific chirp, to be able to identify those birds. You can go online and you can search up sounds for different birds on YouTube, the Audubon Society. And I did want to tell you that this Pinecone bird feeder was from onelittleproject.com. So if you go to that website, you'll be able to find the directions to making a bird feeder with the pine cones. Of course, as you know, because we love to read, I want to show you some books. Now, this is the Smithsonian Bird Watcher. So this is exactly what I mean. Here's the binoculars, and this boy is looking through the binoculars at the birds in the sky and is able to identify them or decide what kind of bird they are. So, remember I said some live in trees and some don't? What's this? Quack. It's a duck. And I don't believe they live in trees. I could be wrong, but it looks more like they live in the water and around a pond. And then here are some exotic birds. These are parrots. And, well, here we go. Here's some different bird feeders and how to make them. What do you see down here? That's a woodpecker. Can you see it? It's a woodpecker. Very cool. So this is the Smithsonian Bird Watcher. And of course you can put all these books on hold. Now, we said most birds might live in trees. Some don't. What about a penguin? That's a type of bird. And penguins don't fly, but they swim really well. And they waddle. This book is called The Little Penguin, and it is by Margot Gates. Why do birds sing? Remember we said their chirping and their tweets, that's a bird's song. Why do birds sing? This is by Joan Hollow, and what it will do is tell you why certain birds make the sounds that they do. Oh my goodness, look at this bird. This is a black-crowned crane. I've seen a crane. He didn't have all these fun feathers, but they have these big long legs, and you would usually see them in a pond or near some water. And in this book, look, they made our Pinecone bird feeder. So if you want, you can also get directions right in that book. What if you wanted to read a storybook? This is called Odd Duck by Cecil, Castellucci, and Sarah Varon, and our friend Odd Duck. I wonder if that means he does something odd. This is a graphic novel. So, let's see, am I going to see a picture? Oh, actually, I think this is really cool. He is an odd duck because we just said ducks don't live in a tree, but I don't know ducks that live in a bed either, do you? Or, what if you were really interested and you wanted a storytelling of ravens? This is by Kyle Lukoff. And our ravens are black birds that you sometimes might see on a telephone wire. So if you look out the window, you can look and see if you find some ravens on your telephone wire. I am so thankful that you helped me, and I want you to listen, and I want you to look and see what birds you might see, and listen to what they sound like. Now, believe it or not, birds all have a different type of call. They might sound a whole lot alike if you're not really paying attention, but they all have a different bird song. So see if you can listen and find some different birds. I hope you had fun. I hope that you will come back and join us again. Check out the calendar. It's getting warm out. Wouldn't it be nice if we could start to see you outside? We will keep you posted. But in the meantime, keep reading. Please come back and join me again. And stay well. Get outside. Bye now.